spoiler alert, this is a good one. It's popular for a reason. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about handbags. So yes, back to the topic that I know and love. We are talking handbags, and more particularly we are looking in depth at this beauty. So this is my Margaux 15 from the row in this gorgeous taupe leather. It's actually called dark taupe. I've used this bag a couple of times now, so it's enough to give me a really good first impression. I normally make my mind up about a bag pretty quickly, and if it's got any like bag faux balls, so for example, if there's anything about the bag that really annoys me in terms of use or functionality, I normally know pretty quick. Spoiler alert, this is a good one. It's popular for a reason. I haven't just given into the hype. I'm going to be doing an in-depth comparison between that and the Birkin. So here I have my beautiful Birkin 35 in Rouge Cassac in Epsom leather with gold hardware. So you can see that there. So I'm also going to talk about a number of other things. I said in a previous video when I unboxed this beauty, I did say that what I was going to do was talk about this in context of a few aspects, because there are a number of things from an Hermes perspective that it really reminded me of. So the first thing I'm going to do is talk about colour. So when I first saw this lovely dark taupe colour, and I'm filming in 4K and in natural daylight, so hopefully you can see there a really good representation of the colour. So when I first saw this, I thought this really reminds me of GRIZZLY. Well, here we have my stunning Hermes Kelly 25 Cellier, my special order in Chèvre Mysore in NATA with GRIZZLY as colour too. So if I just show you there the colours. So you can see that the colours are similar but different. There's definitely a different tone to the GRIZZLY, and I think it's a little bit lighter. The other colour that it does remind me of a little bit is, again, Hermes and ETOUPE. But you can see if I compare the two there, that the ETOUPE is distinctly darker. And again, all of this is in natural daylight, so it's coming out pretty true to life. So yeah, this is definitely, I think if you talk Hermes colours, I think GRIZZLY is probably the closest. I think trench would be too light. Now, I also said when I unboxed this that the leather itself reminded me very much in terms of this pebbled grain of Clement's leather, it being, you know, that bit wider and flatter than say Togo. I'll just show you the back, or actually the front of my mini EVELYNE there, which is Clement. So you can see there, if we focus in on the leather, it's very, very similar, if not the same. Look at that grain. So I think I was absolutely right in that. Now, a lot of people are comparing the Margaux to the Birkin. Well, here we have both of them side by side, my Margaux 15 and my Birkin 35, which I think is the closest in size for comparison purposes to the Margaux 15. I'm going to go into detail on these two in a bit, but first, something which I haven't actually seen anybody else mention, but it was my first thought. when I looked at the Margaux, and I looked at it from top down, so this angle, the way that these pieces fold in really, to me, was reminiscent of the garden party. Here we have said garden party. No shortage of Hermes on this channel. So if you look, sorry, that was a panic. I thought I had a mark on the inside of my garden party, and it is fluff. We'll just pop that on the floor and hoover later. So if you look at the Hermes garden party without fluff, you can see we've got this same bits here and here. You see? Let me get the Margaux again, and I'll show you like for like. You see what I mean by how they fold in? So from top down, the Margaux was more reminiscent of, to me, of the garden party. Now, obviously the way the straps are done, the straps themselves are fairly similar, as you can see there. Obviously how they are attached to the bag is very different for the garden party versus the Margaux. But the garden party, I think, does have that similar aesthetic in terms of its simplicity. By the way, this is in country leather in Rougeache. So you can see that there. Gorgeous bag, love Rougeache. So yeah, so that is that. I just thought I would share that with you. The garden party does not have feet. The Margaux, it does have feet. But I tell you what, this is such a flop. Look, it's pointless. You use the feet, well, the middle just slouches anyway. So I think that whilst I love feet on a bag, I think it's fairly pointless. The Margaux 17, by the way, does have a foot in the middle there. And I actually think that they could do with doing that probably on all of them, certainly the 15. So, first impressions, then we'll get on to the detailed comparison between this and the Birkin 35. First impressions from using this bag, I love it. And just after about one use, this is already starting to just soften and slouch a little bit. And I'm not a slouchy bag fan, but I do love how this softens. It's in a very subtle, natural way. I love this leather. It's nice and lightweight. It's got such great depth that it fits a ton. It just opens up nice and big, as you can see there. At the same time, it's got a couple of slip pockets where I can put stuff in that I need easy access to. Not bothered with the top. To be honest, I would get rid of the stupid toggle closure because it just gets in the way of the slip pockets. So I would ditch that or put it higher up. Maybe that would be an idea. I don't know why bags do this. It's like the Her bag. I would love a Her bag 31. And I would love the Her bag backpack. But the way the closure is, it's so low, you can't use the top of the bag. I don't see the point. Anyway, I digress. Love it. Love the colour. It really fits in with my style right now. I love the quality of the leather. And love how lightweight it is. I'm going to start with an unusual place to start. Price. This is less than half price of this. And I'm talking here retail, so new from each respective boutique. We're not talking resale value or anything like that. Resale, but to be honest, 35s and above pre-sale. That was a mixture of resale and pre-loved. Pre-loved isn't too bad for Birkins. You may be able to get one in okay condition for less than retail. I certainly got this for less than retail, but I was quite early on in I live for the Claire Chanel. I was quite early in on the trend of bigger bags. I think the situation's changed slightly now, but again, the market isn't good, so you might get yourself a good bargain. But try and get a Birkin 25 less than retail on the pre-love market. You're not going to manage it unless you've got some idiot that's mispriced it. So price, this is half price. But let's face it, it's not a Birkin. I'm not saying that this is a better bag or a more sought after bag than this. That's not what I'm saying. It's a beautiful bag. It's the it bag of the year, I think, and it's a great bag. I love it. It's beautiful. Weight wise, I will insert some footage. But you can see they're very, very similar in weight. Both are exactly as nature intended, or exactly as a retailer intended. So this doesn't come with anything. I haven't got a bag insert or anything. I've just weighed as is. And this, I took out my bag insert, which is this fabulous one from Zumoni. It fits perfectly. You can customize what you want. I've got a removable drinks holder there. Yeah, so love this. Good choice of colours. Zumoni have excellent customer service. Link in the description box below. Discount code of 20% off if you use my code JoJoLux. There, quick plug, but actually genuinely use them and love them. So actually, I think this one I even bought as a customer. I may have even bought this as well, not been gifted. Can't remember, but I do buy from Zumoni. So let's get on to the, now we've done weight, let's get on to measurements. I know, remotely prepared. So the Margaux 15 is called so because it is 15 inches from here to here. So I'm gonna, it's a floppy bag, but I'm gonna measure across the bottom here. Well, what do you know, it is actually, it's just over 15 inches. It is 39 centimetres, which is 15.5 inches. So there we go, so it's 15.5 in length. Obviously less at the top. Ooh, a couple of bits in there. I have my travel card. Wonder where that was. Oopsies. I did use this bag last one when I went to work. So at the top it is, I'd say 10 inches, 26 centimetres, because it is, as you can see, narrow at the top and the bottom. The depth is 9 inches or 23 centimetres. So that's your measurement. Oh, I didn't do the height. The height is, sorry, it's about me doing a mixture of inches and centimetres and getting myself very confused. So the height is just over 10, I'll say 10.25 inches, 26 centimetres. So how does that compare to the Birkin? So like I said, this is a 35, so it should be 35 centimetres. It's French, they do metric like the rest of us in Europe. So that is 36 centimetres or 14 inches, so about 1.5 inches difference. The width at the top, I'm going to go along this glazing bit at the top, is 13.75 inches or 35 centimetres as well. So you can see this is the same at the top as it is the bottom. And the height, again I'm going glazing to the middle, is 10 inches, 25.5 centimetres, and then finally, this depth is just under 18 inches, 20 centimetres. So overall, this is bigger, this is heavier. Now, very different looking bags as well, as you can see. This is much simpler. This has significantly more hardware. When I did weigh this as well, like I say, I did it in their natural born state, so no liner, but I did include the clochette, keys and padlock. Now, as well as the size, so this is, it's a lot more malleable. It's much more malleable. Yes, this might be more malleable if it was in Clemence, mine's in Epsom, but I only have, poor me, I only have the one Birkin 35 to show you. So, so that might be part of it. But it just holds more. It holds more, it's more flexible, it's more malleable. So I would say you're going to put more, if you want it for a travel bag, I would go with this. This, however, does have the advantage, look, completely closes. So you've got more options with your Birkin. Now, do I ever use it like this? No. I mean, you can see right now, undo it. And this is undoing it, not doing it up. Get the clochette out the way. Move that in there. Right, we're ready. So, yes, this is now much bigger, and I'm just going to take the clochette off because it's swinging and annoying me. No. So yes, this is now much bigger. This is bigger at the top, I will say that. I think it's easier to get things in and out of the Birkin than it is the Margaux, large items that is, because of the way that the Margaux is not only slimmer at the top, but also with the leather coming in, you can see there, it's just less room to get in. But if you had the buckles undone and had it open like so, you can actually get this even bigger and wider, which was another way that it reminded me of the garden party where you have these poppers, undo that, and then it opens. So I would definitely say that, and other people have also said that the Margaux looks a bit like the, I was going to say Alma, but true, but the Louis Vuitton Alma came after the Hermes Bolide. So it also does look a bit like the Bolide. So it's almost like this is a hybrid of the Bolide, the garden party, and the Birkin, basically, in my view, as Crazy Handbag Lady. So yeah, that is a brief comparison, really. If I also show you from the bottoms up, girls, so you can see there, you can see that the Margaux has a bigger bottom footprint. You can see that it has a greater depth to it. So I think that the Margaux would hold more. Or the final thing I'll tell you about is the handle drop. So the handle drop on the Margaux is 5.5 inches or 14 centimeters, and on the Birkin significantly less. So at the back is 4 inches or 10 centimeters, sorry, let's go perfectly there, 10.5 centimeters or 4 1/8 inch, and on the front is 5 inches, 12.5 centimeters. So the handle drop is greater on the Margaux. So that's probably about everything I can tell you. I mean, there is a lot more hardware on the Birkin, and I love the contrast of the red with the gold hardware on this. It's sturdier, it feels sturdier. I think there's something about the quality of the glazing on the Hermes that just seems better than the Margaux. So it's very floppy now. I've used it like a couple of times. And I don't know why. I mean, just look at the... There's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the glazing on the Margaux or the quality of the Margaux anywhere. But for some reason, it just seems better on the Birkin. Smoother. I think it's smoother. That might be it. If you look on here, it's a little bit, the design of it, the process. It's not fault or anything like that, but it's just a bit lumpier. The only thing that annoys me slightly about the Margaux, actually is two things. Toggle closure inside, because it's exactly where the two pockets are. Doesn't bother me that much. I mean, it's like literally I'm finding fault here. And the buckles. They just, it just sticks out. What's that about? Are you supposed to push it in like that? But it doesn't really do that naturally, they just kind of stick out. So I'm embracing sticky out buckles. I'm embracing that. And I think, who knows, maybe they'll sticky out less as I use the bag and they soften with use. So maybe that will happen. Not sure. Is this worth the money? Probably not. I think it's slightly overpriced. But I don't care. I don't regret it. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I think it's going to end up being one of my most used handbags. So you can't really argue at that, can you? This I absolutely love. I got my Birkin 35 in Epsom because I wanted it to be more lightweight. If you get it Clemence particularly, not only will it really lose its structure, it also, they could become really, really heavy. But I'm not a massive Epsom leather fan. On small leather goods, I think they're good. I don't like, on the Birkin, the way that it flops in like this. If I'm being really critical. That's just, you know, I don't think they come new like that. That's with age. Not that mine's that old and it's well looked after. But a tiny bit of wear on the corners, but you get that with any big bag. It's in really good condition. This has lasted really, really well. And I love it. I love how easy it is to get things in and out. If I put my trusty bag insert in from Zimoni, I was going to say, does that help with the... No, because the bag insert is made to... It helps a little bit. It does help to support the bag. Tighten it with the straps there. But you've still got this little natural dip. Obviously putting items in, as you can see from my hand there, will stop that happening as well. So that's my comparison. I will do some mod shots and that's probably it. If anyone has any questions at all, then please do let me know. There's not that many, considering how popular this bag is amongst the handbag community at the moment. When I looked, there weren't that many videos on it. So if anyone has any questions or wants to know anything, then please do let me know. But I've told you weight, dimensions. I'll do more mod shots. Probably not much else to mention really. But if there's anything that I haven't, then please do. The branding on it is very subtle. There's minimal hardware. And it's a beautiful bag. Do take care, everybody. If you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. And also put in the comments box below any special requests of videos, probably about handbags. Then let me know. I might do something on my Hermes collection. That's what I'm thinking about doing at the moment. So let me know if you want to see that. I thought I might, I don't know, maybe just pick out, if I could only keep, if I'm only keeping 3 Hermes bags, what 3 would they be? I think I know actually. And I think it's just done with love and just what I naturally gravitate to. So if anyone wants to see that, then let me know. I'll leave you with mod shots. Bye.